A couple of weeks ago, we made our announcement video, our financial independence / early retirement announcement. And in that video, I said that I want to go back through our tax returns and W-2s and figure out how the heck we got here. I know we've always saved a high percent of our income, but I wanted to go back and see where we made our money and where we spent our money over the last 10 years of marriage. I procrastinated making this video because I wanted to make it, flashy and something that would be entertaining to watch. It's not going to be flashy. We have a spreadsheet. Let's take a look at it. So the first thing you'll notice is that over my entire adult life, we have averaged an average of $52,687 per year. And that includes my 2 high school serving jobs earning just $20,000 a year those 2 years. More accurate income would probably be just to average our married years. And that averages out to $56,541. So that's where we get the $56,000 in the title of this video. You can fudge those numbers however you want, but somewhere around $50,000 to $60,000 a year. So we're never making bank. We just always saved a high percentage of our income. Let's go back in time to 2005. And this is when I was a server. And these two numbers surprised me because I have no recollection of 12 years ago. I think these are pretty accurate. I know as a server, I was probably tempted to not report my cash earnings, but there's 2 things. First, I was definitely terrified of getting caught with that. So if I did not report, I don't want to incriminate myself, but if I didn't report some, it was definitely not all of it. And second, my main serving job was at a beach club in West Palm Beach, and they just paid you $12 an hour and you didn't accept tips. So that was W-2 income. There was no cash reporting there's no cash there that I wouldn't report. Apparently in 2005, in high school, I was keen to personal finance because I found this little gem of a spreadsheet in my buried hard drives that I had a net worth of $416 on December 1st, 2005. I had $367 in my checking account, $200 invested, and of course, between my cell phone bill and my credit card, which I paid off every month, even in high school and college, effectively a zero net worth. I didn't have any debt, but I didn't have any money, but I was feeling optimistic, so we put $416. 2006, I was also a server. Add in the flipping motorcycles. I don't know where we got this gap, but I do know that in 2007 is the year we started the cleaning business, also the year that I dropped out of college. There's a video called Life with Mike, where I go through all the businesses through college and early in our marriage. Basically started a commercial cleaning company with a friend. We started going door to door, got a few small clients, landed one huge client to the tune of, I think, like $200,000 a year. Obviously had to pay employees, but long and short of it is, by the end of the year, looks like I made $76,000 that year. So that was definitely my personal highest earning year. It was pretty short-lived and lasted, I think, a year and a half. 2008, we get married, Lauren and I. I think she's in college at this point, so she's not working. So this is just residuals from the cleaning company, which would also be invested into the coffee company, which would not last. So this gap here in net worth reporting is due to an unfortunate mistake on my part. I use mint.com, and I actually have been since 2009. And so my bank, at some point in those 10 years, changed the way they do their login. So I couldn't log in the same way. I had to duplicate the account. When I duplicated the account, it doubled everything. Deleted the old one. Lost all my net worth reporting for the last 10 years. So that was sad. But married in 2008, combined income of $61,597. Shortly thereafter, we moved to New York. And so I take a job at a production company earning $55,000 a year. Lauren, the reason we moved to New York was for her to go to gemology school. She went to the Gemological, how do they say it? Doesn't say here. GII, Gemological Institute of America, I think it is. And so not only did we drop down to one income for that year, but we also just wrote a check for $18,000. And I remember that being pretty much all of our money, or pretty close to it, at least all in our checking account. So I'm going to say our net worth around that time was somewhere around $25,000. And then we had $18,000 in savings, and we paid her school in cash up front. Just a year later, it was only a 1-year program that she was in. Now we're both working. And so her goal, her lifelong dream was to work at Tiffany's on Fifth Avenue. She took a job at Saks on Fifth Avenue in the, I think, Yerman department, David Yerman. So now we're both working. We have my $55,000 a year production job, and it looks like Lauren was making somewhere around 30 there. And we kept doing that for another year. In 2011, Lauren then gets her dream job at Tiffany's on Fifth Avenue. So she's working on the main floor, Fifth Avenue, right next to Central Park. But I quit my job. So now she is earning $50,000 a year. I think she was making 50, and this extra 11,000 was kind of residual from my production jobs. But I quit to start my online empire. Around this time, creating really low quality Google AdSense sites were all the rage. You would just pick a keyword, any random product, build out an entire website around it, fill it with fluff articles. And so that's what I was doing. And I think I have a screenshot here. Let's zoom in. The best I did, well, that's dumb. You can't see it, was $400 a month. I think after like 5 months, that's how much I built it up to. I had a website called Mike for Short. I still have that domain, but the website was hacked by Russian hackers. But I was writing 183,000 words a month. So like 2.5 novels of all just the lowest quality writing you could imagine. And $400 to show for it, which would soon completely drop off the map as Google figured out why people were making these websites, and that dried up pretty darn quick. So then Lauren decides retail is retail, even if it's at your dream job. I decide that I'm not going to be making money online, and we moved back to Sarasota. So we had 3 years in New York. I was working production, she was working the jewelry store. Peak income over our entire marriage, $82,256. The thing is, that's when we're living in New York. So I did a quick cost of living calculation. And so, yeah, we were making $82,000 a year, but that's effectively $37,249 in the city we live now. That's not completely accurate because we were very frugal even then. So, yes, we were making $82,000, but we were not spending. We didn't have a 2-bedroom, high-rise apartment in Manhattan. We had a 286 square foot studio apartment for $1,500 a month. Then we moved back. I do have an update on our net worth here. I found a screenshot and an email. In 2012, our net worth was $100,000. So in this gap, we saved about 50% of our income, and we see it jumps up. We cracked the 6-figure net worth mark. I work at a church for $36,000 a year. Lauren works at a local family-owned jewelry store for $14 an hour. Combined income, $55,812. Next year, you can see $123,787. So it looks like a little less than 50% of our income saved this year, depending on the months. Because what is this screenshot? 2013. Where did I get that? I don't know where I have that one. I must have found it in an email, maybe one of our net worth updates. I don't have the exact month on that, so it could be more than that. But somewhere around 40-50% of our income. We do the exact same thing again, which is rare for us, to go 3 years in a row not quitting our jobs or making major life changes. Lauren gets $1 an hour raise, so now we're up to $60,789 a year. Net worth jumps to $147,000. Quick back of the napkin, save somewhere around $25,000 of our $60,000 of income. Then what happens? 2015, I believe, is more of the same. Did we really work regular jobs for 4 years in a row? That's amazing. So more of the same. This time we get a big boost in our income or in our net worth. I'm guessing that has more to do with the market than our income. 2015, 2016 is our first full-time year on YouTube. Our income gets very messy because it's coming from all kinds of different sources. Not only did we decide to go full-time YouTube, earning just $24,000 that year, but we also were having our first child. And so we went to Costa Rica. So Lauren worked as long as she could before we left for Costa Rica that year. And so some of that is going to be from her. We move in with her mom this year, so our rent drops significantly. And actually, that's not true because during these 4 years, We had a very cheap rent situation on the church property. I think it was $600 a month. But now we have just utilities we pay at Lauren's mom's house, so that dropped significantly. The following year, we launched the Fusion 360 course, and the fruits of doing our YouTube stuff full time are paying off. $68,311 a year. Our net worth at this point is $225,189. This is also from a couple of viral videos. So of that 68, I'm guessing 30 is probably just our regular, Google and Amazon income. 22 of that was from our Fusion 360 course launch. And then we also just had a couple viral videos. The Now Everyone Can Afford 3D Printing. So when a video goes viral, not only do you get like a lot more ad revenue, I think, that one might have jumped our monthly income on that month to $3,000 or $4,000. But you also, if you have an affiliate link in there, more eyeballs, more clicks, more affiliates. So our Amazon payment that month actually jumped to like $5,000 because people were clicking on this 3D printer and then buying it. And so much so, in fact, that Amazon called us and threatened to suspend our account because we'd normally been making like $250 a month, and then out of nowhere, it jumps up to $5,000. They claimed we were, spoofing it somehow. I don't know what their plan was there, but anyway, we kept that account intact and everything is all good. This is also the year where we risked it all. We put it all on black and it paid off. We invested in the warehouse. We have a video about that. Our new retirement plan that we can show you around the warehouse. Of this $225,000, $86,500 were contributions into our Roth IRA. So this is kind of funny. In 2000, I remember sitting at my desk in West Palm Beach. That had to be 2006. Trying to decide between investing in a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. Something about the contributions of a Roth IRA being withdrawable, penalty-free, really appealed to me. I didn't know what, but I just knew we were going to do something in real estate at some point in our lives. So we went with the Roth. Absolutely paid off. We had the cash in hand to put $100,000 down on the warehouse. Take the money that it was making to put into the repairs. And as you know from our, last video, the we're retired video, we got it refinanced, we got it appraised, and that's all we need to live. The refinance dropped our payment from $5,500 a month to $2,500 a month, plus our YouTube income, plus our Udemy income, both of which are pretty darn passive. You know how many videos we've posted this year. We are not keeping up very well with our YouTube channel, and it's still chugging along. Means that we are financially independent or, have a very part-time job managing a warehouse. At this point, we have a net worth over $500,000, which I say conservatively, the warehouse appraised for $700,000, but the comps that the appraiser used were $800,000, $950,000, and $1.1 million. And then he averaged those three with our sale price because it was also within the last 6 months at the time he did it, or 9 months, and dropped it down, because we paid $480 for it. Anyway, I think that's bogus. I think I could sell this for $850, but we'll keep it conservative. Say our net worth today is around $500,000, which we have leveraged to the point that it's producing conservatively $3,000 a month from this warehouse. So there you go. Let us know if you have any comments, questions, or concerns. As you can see, there's no big jumps in net worth. We never had an inheritance, a windfall. We never won a big lawsuit. We just saved. It actually looks closer to 40% of our income, and then made one really good investment in a warehouse that took 3.5 years to find. Then did all the work ourselves, improved the value, and got it rented out to very good tenants that require very little of us. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.